Hi JC.
Hi.
Welcome to my podcast.
Thank you.
I'm not sure बहुत लोगों को ये पता होगा, but today I'm this big a coach because of this guy right here. I'll quickly tell you how. Around 8-9 years back, I had posted my transformation picture in a group I heard about. It was named Squats at that point of time, and my cousin told me that there's this group. They're based in Pune, and they've been helping a lot of people in my office and all. And I said okay. And I was very scared because there was a lot of males and everybody on that group. So I posted my picture, and I got a lot of, appreciation, admiration, adulation from these guys. And then after 3-4 days, JC dropped a message in my messenger that would you like to work with us? I said okay, but what is it? He said it's something big. I can't tell you right now. I said okay. I said yes. Then he just got us to train a lot of people, and in the night he used to take our group calls, and he used to train us 10-12 people. Those were the earlier coaches.
14 coaches.
Yeah, 14 coaches with which FITTR, that time it was Scott started with, and I was lucky to be one of those. And that's how I started my journey, and I've worked with them for good 8-9 years, right?
Yeah, and then you left. Yeah.
And now I'm here I'm talking to him on this podcast, but I'm not sure I've said this enough before, JC, but yeah, thank you.
No, you have. But always good to hear it again.
Yeah. No.
How are you doing?
I'm good. Thank you. Okay, so my first question to you is that you've been in this fitness industry for more than 10 years.
Yes.
Yeah. So what's that one behavioral shift in clients you today compared to 10 years ago, which worries you?
I think people are exposed to more information than ever. It's not that information was any better 10 years back when we started, and the whole idea behind starting FITTR was that we'll cut through the misinformation, cut through the noise. In fact, जो मैंने book लिखी थी, Get Shredded, the 30-40 pager, even till this date, I mean, that book is enough for people to just read and transform.
Correct.
But and at that time, basically that was the thing that led to the expansion of FITTR, because everybody read the book, they asked their doubts, and we helped them for free. That time, I think it was just Facebook.
Correct,
So people were just on one social media platform. Facebook was there, Reddit was there. The discussions used to be sensible. There was some sort of a merit in what people were doing. Now TikTok has come, Instagram has come, and every other platform has started feeling the same. So there's so much of information which has come.
Yeah.
And so I think people are constantly getting drowned in the sea of information. Yeah. And so every other voice feels like they're legitimate, but and I know that it's not.
Yeah.
So people are confused more than ever, and they are just consuming information and not acting on any of the information. So analysis paralysis, too much of information. So I think that has definitely changed. Like, we are exposed to way too much information. Now AI.
Yeah.
So even that's adding to a lot of misinformation. Yeah.
Correct. I remember when I was trying to lose weight, and when I was not certified as a coach, then obviously I was also trying to find online. But उस time पर I remember सिर्फ Western influencers होते थे YouTube पे, and that information also उससे आप resonate नहीं करते थे.
True.
I remember watching those Jane Fonda videos,
aerobics
करने की, because बहुत limited information होती थी, but फिर भी इतनी misinformation नहीं थी.
Correct.
But today it's a sea of misinformation.
Yes,
Every other misinformed reel is going viral.
Yes. There's a guy, I don't know his name, but he keeps coming in my feed. He tells people that you should smoke 9 times in a day because that's written in some of our ancient texts.
God. The audacity to come up and say this.
Yeah. And he says alcohol is fine. Enjoy karke peeni chahiye. And those reels have like millions of views.
And people
crazy.
Are sharing it. Millions of thousands of shares and views and everything.
Yeah, so basically the information is also getting politicized. पहले लोग vote उसको करते थे जो उनको बोलता था ना कि तुम्हारे like we'll take care of your caste and take care of this. And तुमको पैसे मिलेंगे vote करने के. Now it's the same thing. People are now making videos that conform to people's biases.
Correct.
So if you have millions of people doing something bad, you tell them that no, what you're doing is good.
You please them.
Suddenly you're justifying their bad habits, and so you get views, likes, and shares. That's what's happening.
So I've been a I've been an insider with FITTR, right? And I
Yeah.
know the stress which comes with it, and every day there's a new challenge.
Yes.
So I want to ask you, how do you take care of your mental health?
Well, I mean, every job has its own challenge. I'm sure, like you as a coach, had your own set of challenges. In fact, you know that one of the common reason that FITTR coaches left and then came back, and they used to take long breaks was depression, which might come across as very unsuspecting to somebody who's looking at us from the outside.
Correct.
But the fact is, when you're dealing with so many people with so many problems, it kind of takes a toll. And then the whole perception around people perceiving fitness and health, now to people still regard fitness coaches and good this thing, but back then the perception about fitness industry in general was very poor. Correct. Because all they had in their mind was somebody who's a 12th pass, going in the gym, chugging protein shakes, pumping steroids, and that was their definition of fitness. So people had no respect for these kind of coaches. And so we had to work very, very hard to change that perception. Ki, look, fitness is a good career option. Yeah. And then we had, people like yourself. You're a dietitian, right? You were a registered dietitian. But then we also changed it. We got people who were from various different academic backgrounds, but who had good understanding about behavior. People who had good logical skills, so people, we trained them in nutrition, we trained them in behavioral science, we trained them in biomechanics and everything. So and those guys, they left their jobs, high paying jobs, to become coaches with us. For the first time, people believed that you can make a decent career in fitness. And today FITTR itself is a pretty celebrated startup in the country. Right? So all of this, it didn't happen overnight. There was a lot of machinery behind thinking, and you have to create a win-win situation, because today startup life cycle is very short. Staying in the market for 10 years, it requires extraordinary persistence, determination, willpower, and there's not an easy industry to work in, like, because you're going against evolution. You sell convenience, you sell liquor, tobacco, any of the bad habits. It's very easy to scale. You're telling people to do the opposite. Hey, be disciplined, go to the gym, work out. It's like, nahi karna hai. And then you have to do it in a manner where they don't get offended. Correct. Right? So it's a difficult industry to build. But hey, I think, I don't know what I was doing. I would be doing if I wasn't doing this. So I think it's okay.
बट हमें तो बात करना इन्होंने सिखाया है. ऑनेस्टली आई एम नॉट श्योर इफ यू आर अवेयर, या आपको याद है अभी जब मैंने आपकी बुक पढ़ी थी, योर बुक, तो आई कुड फिनिश हिज सेंटेंसेस विदाउट इवन रीडिंग, बिकॉज अगेन आई एम नॉट श्योर इफ यू रियलाइज इट, those 10, 12, 14 coaches, we all talk in the same tone till now. Like one of the coaches that you work with, वो बात चलते करते अगर कॉल ले रहा है, it's lip syncing उसके पीछे से, because we motivate in the same way. And I still today, when I see your reels and I see your content, like it's like this is how I talk, because we were very new in that field. So ये मैं वी की बात नहीं करती, मैं अपनी बात करूँ, I've picked that tone from you. Like analogies जो आप देते हो, या comparisons आप देते हो, या जैसे अभी आप गाड़ी वाली बात कर रहे थे, I still do the same. कि आप अगर आपकी गाड़ी खराब है, तो अगर आप उसको मुझे रूट से ठीक नहीं करने दोगे, तो आप दूसरे मैकेनिक के पास जाओगे. So we still talk in the same tone. मतलब लिटरली हमें तो, मतलब we've literally trained under him first hand. तो आई स्टिल फील कि हाँ, मतलब ये ऐसे ही बात, या आई कैन सी कि आप क्या बोलोगे नेक्स्ट. आई कैन अंडरस्टैंड. आपकी बुक में पढ़ी थी, देयर वर सो मेनी सेंटेंसेस मैं खुद यूज करती हूँ लोग क्लाइंट्स के साथ. True.
I know. I mean, over a period of time becomes a habit, but I have to be very honest. I am not the same that I used to be 10 years back.
Of course.
I'm trying to change. I'm trying to incorporate. It gets frustrating because back then when we started with this mission that we have to educate the masses, and we did for a good amount of time, but unfortunately then I guess Instagram happened, the reels happened, and then suddenly you see all of that work completely
gone. Reel was the downfall of
it went down. It completely went down the drain. And it's like, I still try my best, but I don't feel that motivated anymore to educate people, because I'm like, I make one reel. In fact, I've created very beautiful long format videos, talk about molecular biology, I talk about physiology and how everything works. But people are not going to watch those videos. People are going to watch those videos where somebody is like, रुको ये चरक संहिता में लिखा है 9 बार दारू पीनी है, दारू पियो. So I'm like, यार, what's even the point? Like, people are not trying to get better. They are like, कल के मरने वाले आज मर जाएं. They are actually running towards that their own demise. Correct. So I'm like, okay. So it's very hard to motivate yourself to continue doing the right thing.
अरे आप अभी जाके सामने कॉफी स्टेशन पे आधी कॉफी और आधी पानी और कुछ भी ब्राउन शुगर घोल के आप बोल दो अभी कि ये पियो, इससे फैट लो. You see that reel going viral.
People like comment for DM for fat loss, DM for change, all those things. नीचे comment में find my detox kit. I'm like, what the hell is happening? This is like sheep behavior from people. People have lost any thinking abilities, and like this is probably the worst cognitive decline we are seeing in probably decades.
Correct.
It's crazy. It's not going to end well.
I know. So leading this, tell me one weird, funny or enraging client story from FITTR that you've never shared. It could be funny, it could be taxing, it could be something that stressed you out, or funny, or which angered you. Just
yesterday. So Gautam, he leads customer care now. So he came to me, JC, we have to do something about this thing. There was this client, he's harassing us for 1 week. And I was like, what happened? It's like the guy is not willing to listen to us. And I said, but what is the problem? He's like, he thinks that we are a refrigerator company. And his refrigerator got damaged. And now he's expecting us to do a refund. And so I'm like, okay, this does not make any sense. So, these kind of weird things happen. This just happened yesterday, that somebody thought that we are a refrigerator company and left us like a 1-star rating, saying this company is this. And then the team had to literally struggle and explain him, boss, we are a fitness company or a health company. We have nothing to do with your refrigerator. So
now maybe that's a sign for you to bring out some high-tech refrigerator with some calorie quantifying device or something.
Now to I know for a fact that we should not do anything to do with refrigerators.
Okay. And also now tell us one coach blunder, insider story. जो आपको लगा हो कि हाँ ये हमारी coach की गलती थी and this should not have happened, something like that.
Yeah, so we have terminated coaches in the past. Again, I don't want to get into the minutiae of all those things, but so many mistakes. I think all of us, we have done way too many mistakes, and it's okay. We learned from all of those mistakes. So I don't want to point out anything because if I tell you the coach who might be watching this will know exactly who I'm talking about. So I don't want to mention.
Chalo, okay, I'll give you
but
that.
But coaches have done a lot of mistakes. I have done mistakes. So it's okay. Part and parcel.
So I've just jotted down few viral reels from internet because that really boils my blood. कि ये कैसे बनाते हैं, but I want to put it in front of you and you will explain. Okay, so there's this one very viral reel going around by a dietitian and a film star has been trying that challenge, and it is a 21-day anti-inflammatory diet. Okay, which says to mix these 5 ingredients, which has कच्ची हल्दी blah blah, और उसको freeze करके आप सुबह रखेंगे और आपको 21 दिन तक वो पीना है. और they are claiming, the dietitian is claiming to have lost 7 kgs in 21 days. Please explain what's happening here.
Well, this is nothing but complete lack of understanding of body's physiology, nutrition, anything whatsoever. Because, I mean, if somebody is claiming it's anti-inflammatory, I mean, why do you need something anti-inflammatory? First of all, inflammation is not bad. Chronic inflammation is bad, right? And how are you measuring inflammation? Did you check if the CRP or HSCRP levels are elevated? Did you check what's happening with interleukin or TNF alpha? If you're not checking the levels of these biomarkers for inflammation in the body, then if there's no change, if you're not measuring the change, if you're not measuring these biomarkers, then you're just claiming something out of thin air. Like you're just saying this is anti-inflammatory diet. How? Prove it. Yeah. People are so dumb. Like you should ask question. If I sell like a pocket of something and say this is magic, this is gold, people will be like, no, this is not gold. Prove it. They'd have some way to prove it. But nowadays people don't even question people on like it's crazy. Like somebody saying it's an anti-inflammatory diet. How? Where's the result? Where's the numbers? Where's the difference in your CRP levels? And why do you need anti-inflammatory diet? Is there inflammation? And is the inflammation because of your earlier diet or something else? So this is crazy.
So I posted a comment below this particular reel.
No, there's no such thing as an anti-inflammatory diet. It's crap.
So I posted
Any diet can be anti-inflammatory diet.
Yeah.
Any diet can be pro-inflammatory diet, and there's no magical concoction, herb, supplement, anything that can magically work on it. Your inflammation levels change in the body in response to your physical, mental, chemical stress, and it has a lot to do with your lifestyle and everything that you're doing on a regular basis. And it's not one food or exercise or some magical concoction that has anything to do with it. It's complete crap.
So I posted a comment below this reel that define inflammation, please.
Yeah.
And most of the people, what I've seen, because clients जैसे आके बोलते हैं, मैंने कहा, can you differentiate inflammation and bloating?
Yeah.
People mistake bloating for inflammation.
That's so wrong.
So wrong है. Inflammation का मतलब bloating नहीं होता है.
Of course not.
So वो उससे करते हैं कि 21 दिन आपने ये पिया और वो
bloating
loss,
कम हो गई
bloating कम हो गया. मैंने कहा ये bloating आप बता रहे हो या anti, उन्हें खुद ही नहीं पता है dietitians को कि inflammation होती क्या है in its truest sense. So she could not answer. She hid my comment.
हाँ.
कि define inflammation मैंने बोला ना तो उसे she hid my comment. So another trend is glucose goddess, glucose devta, and all this glucose people who are just putting that CGM, continuous glucose monitoring, and then they are eating a particular food item. और फिर आपको बता रहे हैं sugar spike कितना है. आज मैं पी रहा हूँ diet coke.
Not just food, they are also drinking alcohol.
Alcohol, everything. And there's this very viral guy, young guy who puts like eats CGM everything. कभी Snickers खाता है, कभी protein bars भी खाता है.
Drinks vodka and whiskey.
So भाई vodka से इतना spike हुआ है या नहीं हुआ? So please explain that.
Well, CGMs are completely useless devices, right? They were a propaganda. They're created by, most of these CGMs are actually created by Abbott. And they can be helpful for type 2 diabetics, especially if they're on insulin, because you don't want to spike your blood glucose levels too much. But if you're a healthy individual, your blood glucose levels do not have anything to do with your blood insulin levels. Two are completely different things. And CGMs have an extremely high error rate, 30 to 70% error rate. So imagine you consuming fruits, and fruits are obviously going to spike your glucose more compared to, let's say, one katori ghee. And you are going to come to a conclusion that somehow one katori ghee is better than fruits. That is idiotic. So all people who don't understand nutrition, when they apply CGM patches, they end up making more mistakes and they end up getting unhealthier.
Correct.
Because they come to wrong conclusions.
Correct.
First of all, blood glucose does not indicate your insulin levels. And blood glucose fluctuations are normal. For example, I consume 2 meals in a day. Blood glucose levels are also load dependent, because at the end of the day, your glycemic index and glycemic load is multiplied by the quantity of the carbs, right? So if I take small amount of carbohydrates, I'll observe small amount of glucose spike. If I take large amount of carbohydrate, I'll observe large spike. If somebody is consuming 6 small meals, they will see smaller 6 spikes. If somebody is consuming, let's say, 2 large meals, they'll see large spikes. So are you suggesting 6 meals are better than 2 meals? No, right? So it's the same thing here. So the insulin, the glucose spikes do not give you any idea about anything in your body. It's just a vanity metric, unnecessary, useless, does not help anybody at all. It can be useful in certain type 2 diabetics who are on insulin, or let's say type 1 diabetics. But apart from that, nobody should use CGMs.
You won't believe the number of people I hear from कि हम ना इसमें ब्रेड नहीं खाते अंडे के साथ. क्यों? वो हमने देखा था ना, वो ब्लड शुगर बहुत स्पाइक करता है.
So protein also spikes. You know, protein has a much higher spike than bread.
I said, तो are you a diabetic? No. I said, then they have no answer. Because ये देख लिया है. This the sea of misinformation that has started ना, it is making people even more unhealthier.
Yes, of course it is.
और जितना ही
who's getting healthier after using CGMs? Nobody is getting healthier after using CGMs.
Influencers लगा के घूम रहे हैं यहाँ पे, because वो दे देते हैं, या फिर अपनी अभी नया ट्रेंड चला है, इसलिए अपने घर में बुजुर्गों को लगा देते हैं बेचारों को, और फिर उन पे रील्स बना रहे हैं, वो कर रहे हैं, बिकॉज फ्री आ गया CGM. अभी किसी को तो लगाना है, खुद नहीं लगा रहे हैं क्योंकि इवेंट्स पे जाना है. तो
I think more people are using CGMs just to make reels on social media, not necessarily to get healthy, because
I have got a 2-3 बारी collabs की will send you this box. आप लोग, मैंने कहा मैं क्या बात की monitor करूँगी? I'm not a diabetic. No, I said I'm sorry. I said no, I will not. Then I want to ask you that is data obsession like tracking glucose, HRV,
Yeah.
sleep, steps, is it turning into more of an obsession rather than these metrics actually helping us?
I don't think we are at a point where we can say we are obsessed about the data, but it can become an obsession to an extent where, where you wake up in the morning and then, the first thing you see is that, your glucose is spiking or your HRV is low, and then that sets the tone for the day. That is not healthy. First of all, people need to move away from uh, daily metric tracking to trends, because over a period of time, any fitness wearable, including the ring, this is a FITTR, our own heart ring, right? So even for this, I don't want people like looking at it and then making those decisions based on this. They should actually think it otherwise. They should think the things that you're doing, this is an outcome of what you're doing. So look at it as a trend. So it should guide you to take better decisions, but it should not take control of your mind.
Correct.
Right? So I think there's a fine balance between, being data oriented and becoming data obsessed. I don't think in India people are data obsessed. I think right now the people are not even caring about data. Like I don't think anybody even cares about the data, right? So I'd say people need to have some amount of understanding of the data, which they are also monitoring. For example, if you keep on monitoring your glucose trend, it's useless. HRV is useful, because HRV, you have a Lancet paper which said that HRV is a good, non-invasive diagnostic tool to look into your overall health. And we have several meta-analyses that have suggested that higher HRV means lower incidence of CVD risk, whereas lower HRV means higher CVD risk. So it can be a good indicator. RHR is a good indicator. Now, sleep details could be good, right? So these are some good valuable metric. But if you keep on having like a glucose monitor and you keep it monitoring for 24 hours, what is it that
more stress?
It's not telling you anything. You'll likely end up making bad decisions. So I think we can't put a blanket around it. We have to understand which metrics and how we are looking at them. That's very important. And that's why just buying a wearable and trying to do it by yourself, that's not a great idea. You should buy a wearable, but you should also educate yourself, which is not happening on social media today.
Correct.
Because people are buying these glucose monitors, they see somebody's tracking the glucose, they're also doing the same thing. You have to understand, you have to have some know-how.
Yeah.
And start with absolute basic. If you're not educating yourself, it's dangerous.
Correct. So if I asked you, like, what are the 3 metrics a common man should measure, what would that be?
So personally, I look at my recovery. It's a very simple metric. It's based on my sleep, HRV, stress and everything. So I don't have to look at all the metrics. I look at my recovery and I try to get it in green, which means that I slept enough, my stress levels are moderate or calm, and my RHR and HRV are trending good, right? So my recovery and my HRV, these are the 2 very important metrics that I look into. If my HRV is generally above 50, I know for a fact that there's not going to be some sort of like a mishap, which is an like health related mishap, right? But if the HRV is trending below, then I tend to be more careful. So it's like, when you're driving, it's good to look at the road, because you can't drive a car blindfolded, right? So it's good to look at the road. It's good to look at the speedometer, so that gives you some idea. But you don't look at each and everything. Correct. You don't look at each and everything. It's there. If you want to look at it, it's there. But like you can't drive and look at all those things at the same time. So just focus on 2-3 important metrics, and that's about it.
So JC, why do you think some young, seemingly fit people are collapsing these days, and that's becoming so common?
Right. So again, look, seemingly fit is very different from actually fit, because in India, skinny fat is a problem, and skinny fat is characterized by lack of muscle mass and belly fat, right? Where people have a tiny belly, which can be hidden when you are wearing a shirt, and you have low muscle mass, which can also be hidden when you are wearing a shirt. So seemingly fit looking people is very different from actually fit looking people.
Correct.
If you look at people who do not have belly fat, who have lower fat percentage, they have decent amount of muscles. Those number of people I would like you to point out, because I don't see those kind of cases coming out. Most of the cases which you're talking about, either they have like some sort of a drug history, either they were taking something, or they looked fit from outside in clothes, but inside they were a store of visceral fat and poor muscle mass. So which we are discarding. The other thing is that when somebody collapses, it's likely due to cardiac arrest, right? And cardiac arrest, one of the major reasons for cardiac arrest is also genetic. So for example, structural problems with your heart, which is primarily genetic. So for example, HCM, which is hypertrophic cardiomyopathy, right? And then you have Brugada. So these two genetic diseases have a very high prevalence in India. For example, HCM affects 1 out of 200 people. So yearly, if you calculate the incidence rate, yearly you have at least 72,000 people dying in India because of HCM. And unfortunately, unlike other countries, we don't have a centralized registry where we categorize these SCDs and do like phenotyping and genotyping of these guys. Without properly categorizing the reason for death, we have no idea. We're just thinking, so and look, it can happen to anybody. Like I'm a seemingly fit guy, but unless until I do a Doppler or an echo, I would not know if there's a genetic problem with my heart. But one day I dropped dead. Again, hope that doesn't happen because I've tested everything. One day it happens, everybody's like, oh, gym caused this. No, that might be the only thing that saved me till then.
Correct.
That might be the thing that saved me. I could have died earlier. So people have to look at the positives of exercise. There's not a single regulatory body. There's not single educated regulatory body that has come out and said exercise is bad for you. Exercise is the only thing, not even dieting. Exercise is the only thing that can increase your lifespan, independent of all other things. Even if you do not diet, even if you are overweight, but you exercise and specifically do resistance training, you are going to live much longer. So this exercise, people who are demonizing exercise, those are the people I hate. Absolutely. This Professor John Schwarzberg, he's 102 years old. He's a professor from Harvard, Masters in Public Health and Nutrition. And he talks about the importance of exercise and moving around every single day.
I think you only shared it a couple of days back, na?
I did.
Read it,
And so we have to listen to people like him. If he's saying he's been exercising and he's outlived his siblings by 15, 16 years, primarily because they did not exercise, he did. And he's not some guy. For God's sake, he's a professor from Harvard, Masters in Public Health. So he understands what he's talking about. I'm echoing the same sentiments. So we have to listen to people who've been there, done that, understand the science, who can explain the rationale and reasoning. See, exercise improves our muscle mass. 80% of our glucose is stored in the muscles. When the muscles are not there, the glucose is getting spilled over. The spilled over glucose is what ends up in the liver and converts into visceral fat, which is what leads to chronic inflammation. So exercise is the thing that prevents it. The only thing that prevents that, the only thing that can prevent against metabolic disorders is exercise, and that too resistance training.
The perception around fitness here simply blows my mind. Even if I get sick ना, अभी तो चलो मेरे घर में भी चीज़ें चेंज हो गई हैं, बड़ी एक्सरसाइज करती है तो मैंने कहा मैं इनविंसिबल थोड़ी हो गई अगर मैं एक्सरसाइज करती हूँ, ऐसा थोड़ी है कि मुझे कुछ होएगा ही नहीं कभी भी. मैंने कहा how do you people talk? It's beyond my understanding. How do you talk?
But you recover faster.
Yeah, I recover faster and I fall sick lesser.
Exactly. So for example, I had, so my family was sick, I think 2 or 3 weeks back, where Azel caught an infection. She got fever, she got recovered. Then it got to my wife. Again, she had fever, and then I got fever. Like all of us, it took us like, and it was probably rhinovirus or something, right? So, or adenovirus, I don't know. But generally, people would take a week or 2 weeks to recover from this thing, and they'll have those symptoms, right? I don't remember taking a single day off. Like I felt immense cold and fever like in the evening, And then I told someone, hey, I'm not feeling good. So I went home. The whole night, I allowed the fever to like get rid of the virus. Next day, I was back to office. It just took one night of fever to fix the viral infection.
You will not believe it, COVID mein, everybody at my home had COVID.
I had COVID twice.
And everybody had
Yeah.
COVID and I'm not getting it.
Yeah.
Okay? And I'm with the kids the previous night before they got diagnosed that they were positive with COVID. And I am not getting it. The second wave, I am not getting it. The third wave, I am not getting it. My husband is saying, you are the antidote for it. Your blood is the antidote for the
No,
injection.
I got twice. I got twice. Once I was in Phuket training. So I called it from a trainer. Because when you train there, you're all like with a shirt off and everything, right? So I got a pretty bad version. So it was the Omicron one. So where you get like a shooting pain and you can't smell or whatever, right? So it went. But I recovered from it in 5 days.
Yeah.
You know, and then everything went fine. I started training next week.
Yeah.
So I'm saying, yes, exercise will not make you invincible. But your immunity gets to a level where your body can clear off an infection much faster compared to people with poor immunity.
Yeah. Dark skin around the neck and around underarms is often considered as a cosmetic problem.
Yeah.
But I've heard you saying that it could be a sign
Insulin
to
resistance.
a
Acanthosis nigricans. That's a name for this, and it's basically insulin resistance, and it happens. It affects a lot of women. So if you have, let's say, black coloring around your neck, especially this portion or underarms or lower back, that is basically a sign of insulin resistance. So if it's happening, you should check your HOMA-IR and check your morning cortisol as well as insulin levels and see your beta cell function. Yeah.
I've got a few clients where young children are developing this.
But are they obese?
Yes,
Yeah.
of course, yeah.
Obviously.
11,
So it
12
doesn't
years.
happen in healthy people. It only happens if you're overweight and obese.
So also I've heard you saying that like हम commonly believe करते हैं कि blue light affects and disrupts our sleep.
Yeah.
ठीक है? Of late, recently I heard you saying that it's not actually the blue light, but it's the dopamine hit from these reels and short format videos. Please explain that.
So the evidence that blue light affects our sleep is not very, it's not a substantial evidence. Those are like, see, today most of the things that comes in the biohacking community, take it with a pinch of salt. These are like one of our cities funded studies. They're not like years of like, for example, for creatine or for protein or let's say fruits and vegetables. See, they have decades worth of data. Most of the things like blue light, red light, NMN or all these things, they are very, very new phenomena which has hit the market, and there's various commercial parties involved, right? So the research that blue light affects your melatonin production is not substantial. But what we know for a fact, again, it's not like we have tons of data on what I'm suggesting, is because I have personally observed and I've seen that when you're reading something at night, or if you're watching a boring movie, you automatically fall asleep.
Yeah.
This is despite the fact that swim devices are also emitting blue light. Right? In a similar manner, if you are watching something interesting or exciting, you just keep on watching. Right? So it has more to do with the things that you are doing rather than a blue light or a red light. Yeah.
I think this blue light thing all started, na, just market.
Because now they are getting the glasses which are like anti-blue light.
Because they started selling the blue light this light cancelling glasses.
Yes.
So it was a thing suddenly.
Yeah. So they are doing a lot of this nonsense in the market now. You have cold plunges, you have blue light, you have NMN. Like they are using those oxygen chambers. Like again, those are supposed to be for divers and all those people for getting rid of excess nitrogen, but they are getting it at home. So many stupid things.
And also, have you noticed a trend? First, a problem is created.
Yeah.
And
then you sell the solution.
Yeah. जैसे अभी बीच में अभी एक नया trend आया ना, gut health.
Yeah.
तो gut health issues होने लगे suddenly. Now they are selling gut cleanse diets.
Yeah.
Gut balance diets.
Yeah.
I said, someone tell me what is that? I said, हम तो नहीं करते हैं, हम तो बस मैक्रोस बैलेंस करते हैं, फाइबर इनफ खाओ, वेजीज लो, प्रोटीन लो, कार्ब्स लो, फैट लो, सब रिप्लेस हो जाता है.
Simple things are being unnecessarily complicated and they are being sold as a magical solution because somebody found out that there's a there's a link between your gut health and your overall health. And similarly now you have researchers which talk about how your oral health affects this thing. So everything is being taken out of context. Nobody is paying attention to the nuances, and they just want to build a product around it, which is what can I say? We live in a capitalistic world, so if there's enough buyers, somebody will be out there selling it.
Correct. Yeah. That brings me to that reel and this product. I'm sure you're very aware about it. There's this product claiming that they can help you lose 12 kgs in 3 months.
I don't want to talk about it. You know the controversy, right?
Yeah. So चलो उसको छोड़ो, but just ये जो metabolic enhancers होते हैं.
Yeah, they don't work.
Yeah.
They don't work. Nothing. So there are certain strands of bacteria which are known to have mild effect on, let's say, your fat loss, but no such bacteria has been found to improve your muscle mass. So anybody who claims that you're losing 12 kgs of fat mass and building 2 kilograms of muscle mass in a matter of 3 months, again, these are paid researchers, and again, that was the whole controversy around it, right? So don't believe all this BS. This is complete crap. There's no data. We have a lot of data on pre and probiotics, and I think the longest studies that found out maximum fat loss was around 3 kg in a matter of 9 months. But again, 9 months, a lot of things happen. And you don't know the calorie control, you don't know the background, you don't know what people are doing. So until you control for all of those things, it's very hard to put a number ki okay, people are losing 12 kgs in a matter of 3 months. That's just garbage.
This is a very interesting question. If you could pass one law tomorrow to clean up the fitness industry, what would you regulate? Supplements, influencer claims, or fake research-backed products?
All of them.
I would clean up these influencers. सबसे पहले.
But you are also influencer. No, I'm also influencer.
I'm not an influencer. You are also not an influencer. We are coaches. We are educators.
We can call ourselves anything, and we can be anything. But लोगों का perception
नहीं है. I would want to be influencer. I know. I'm a de-influencer. I like to call myself that.
लोगों के दिमाग में बस perception वही है ना. उनके हिसाब से तो everybody is an influencer. Because we are eventually influencing. So वैसे तो actually I think there should be. Thing is, look, it's like you have started this machine and you can't turn it off.
Yeah, true.
So it's wishful thinking, and this is now started. This is a cycle where we are now arriving towards the final doom, collective demise. We are reaching that tipping point now. So few people will listen, but most of the people are actually moving towards that, and there's nothing you can do to save them. There's nothing you can do. Like it's hurtful, it's sad. You want to do something for them, but you just can't.
No, you're right. Sometimes even I don't feel like creating content because I'll collect all scientific facts. I'll be very prim and proper about it. कि कुछ भी चीज़ इधर से उधर नहीं मेरे को बोलनी है. Then I see a random influencer telling कि ये alcohol पियो और ये पियो, and then there are million likes on it and million shares. And then I'm so demotivated कि यार क्या ही हमारे 5-8 हज़ार 10 हज़ार views कर लेंगे. But then I said, it's okay. Let's just do that again every day.
Yeah, I mean that's the thing, that keep on doing that, but over a period of time, like I don't know, like I don't like creating content anymore. I do it for the sake of doing it. Otherwise, it's not fun. I've also realized that B2B is far better compared to B2C, less headache. So we are also moving our business towards B2B more rather than B2C. It's like you don't have to educate people or do anything. You have large clients, you work with them. Things are much better, simpler, I personally feel. Like I'm after 10 years of educating people, you get tired. I feel like that.
No, you do, you're right. I am in the similar zone right now. I mean, you are on a bigger level. At my level, I am there. Like you get tired of telling people same things every day, and they'll still come up with ki jeera pani pee le.
Yeah.
and they're still there.
Yes. Like 1, 2 years, 3 years, I used to tell people, hey, we have to repeat the same thing over and over again. I used to tell the coaches, remember?
Yeah.
Like, you guys used to be frustrated. You guys like, JC, they're asking the same questions. We've written FAQs.
And then you used to tell
and
us
I used to tell you guys
कोई
that
बात
you
नहीं,
have
जैसे तुम भी तो मेरे से पूछते थे ना सेम चीजें,
Correct.
so just treat them like that कि वो पहली बार पूछ रहे हैं तुमसे, like you go to a doctor and ask.
Yeah, but 10 years is a long time. now I'm also tired. Yes.
So Jesse, if you had to leave the audience with one key takeaway that could change how they view health, what would it be?
Stop lying to yourself. Stop searching for too much information. That information is not helping you. The basics have not changed in the last 100 years or 200 or 500 years. You have to eventually move more, eat less, or eat sufficiently. Make sure you're drinking enough amount of water and you're sleeping 7 to 8 hours.
Basics.
Motion, nutrition, hydration, and rest. If you are doing this, you never have to see your face again. You are in full control of your health. If you're not doing this, you will eventually find your way to companies like ours, or let's say coaches like Swati. You will. And the more you run around, and the time you take to come to us will also determine whether you can get your health back or not. I'd say educate yourself. Don't lose sight of the basics. A lot of people are going to promise a lot of things. That's not good for you.
Well, this was really insightful. Thank you, JC, for taking out time today for this on such a short notice. Please share this as much as you can. This is fitness simplified, as much as we can do it for you, and stop falling for misinformation out there. Hope this helps. Bye bye.